Every place you can wallbang on the new map Abyss. As always, you could wallbang corners, wooden boxes, and glass boxes, which seem to have replaced Radianite boxes on this map. So without further ado, let's start in Defender spawn. On the right here, we have stairs down that lead to a wooden box, which of course you can shoot through. In Defender spawn heading towards A link, there's another box that we can shoot through. With an Odin, you are able to get through this small box on the bottom, and you could hit someone here as shown by the sage wall. Of course, just hit above the box and you'd still be able to get someone hiding in this corner. If you ever see a lip like this, it can be wallbang. You would be able to shoot through this, though you could just see someone, so I would just shoot above it. Heading now into A link, there's a glass box that can be shot. A little bit of lag there. Next, we'll check out A security, which can be accessed by A secret as shown here. You just have to jump around. There's two spots on the map that are like this. There is nothing really of import here. These boxes are metal with glass on the side, so I guess you could shoot up at an angle there. Or even the metal. Okay, so you can shoot at the corners here, but honestly not entirely useful. So let's head up to A tower. Now there are two important things here. The first is vent. Well, I suppose it's called a vent. You can shoot this wall and you can get through here. In this tight of a space, this is where jiggle peeking shooting through the corner will be really good. And this will come over, and if you break this door, we'll go into middle, but I don't want to show you that yet because we need to go back to tower. Something really interesting that I found, which I'll show with the sage wall. You can't shoot through these with a vandal, but in certain spots you can with the Odin. Let me see if I can get it. It's very finicky, but right about here, you are able to shoot through the wall. And yeah, see, you can hit the sage wall or a person with that. It also works on this side. I'm not sure how accurate or useful this is, but these are the only spots on these two like side pillars framing this door where I found that you can actually shoot through them. I'm sure an operator would work as well. You just have to be more precise to get the exact right spot. It seems to be a little bit... Okay, just a little bit left of this line and a little bit right. But up higher. There we go. As you can see, it goes quite far. So yeah, it'd be really hard to aim this because it's very particular spots, but this might be useful. You might be able to find a lineup with this, but that will lead us on to a site. Unfortunately, you cannot shoot through this big box right here, but there are a couple other spots at the site where you can. The first spot I'll show you is this box right here. You can shoot through it. Be careful because there is a thicker box right behind this one that you cannot shoot through. Now this one I actually really like as a Cypher player. You set up a trip here and you can just get them through this box. Just retreat back to safety right here. This is honestly a pretty good spot to wallbang. This would of course work for a KJ setup as well, or really anyone where you're wanting to trap them and then spam them. A deadlock like net. That could also work. Moving now into A main, there's this toony little box. Yes, I said toony. It's right here. You can wallbang that. Very tiny. I think it's mostly meant for standing on, honestly. There's also this box right here that can be shot through. And then there's this stair section, which is really interesting. There is this flat, I don't even know, it's a wall, I guess. I don't know what you'd call this, but it can be shot through. You can hide behind it. I've seen people, so far in my very limited Abyss games, I've seen that people often shoot this just to check and make sure no one's hiding behind it, so be careful hiding behind this. You might get shot. You can also shoot this hand railing, so if someone's just out of your vision down here, you can get them. This moves us into A lobby, and I'll show you with Sage's wall here. By the way, thank you to Broken901, I believe is their name. Thank you so much for commenting this on my last wallbanging video. The Sage wall is such a good idea for testing things. Anyway, as you can see, you can shoot through this whole thing. Sage wall is getting damaged behind. There's a box lower here. I think I tested this. I don't think you can shoot through it with an Odin. Never mind, you can. I did test that. So yeah, you could use an Odin on the bottom part. Vandal for sure works on the top part. We'll now take a quick stop in attacker side spawn. The thing of most note here is this section where you can use the rope to get up and down. There's also a staircase that you can take around here, but you can shoot through this, so if there's someone down here, for some reason the fighting comes all the way back here, if you're down here you can shoot up at someone, and if you're up you can shoot down on them. I'm not really sure which one would have the angle advantage. I imagine being down, just because you probably could see their head before the person down there. And before we head over to B side, we're now going to take a look at mid, starting with mid bottom. There's a box here that you can shoot through, but interestingly enough, you can't through the book side. Let me show you. If I shoot here, nothing happens, but if I shoot through this side, damaged wall. Now if you have an Odin or a high penetrating gun, then you can shoot through the book side. So yeah, that's rather interesting. Yeah, even straight on. So just be aware of that. If you're trying to get someone through the books here and it doesn't work, that's why. Next, we'll go to mid catwalk. Things of most note here, you can shoot through this little thing here. So I guess if there's like a jet, the updrafts right here, rather than having to aim around this, you can just shoot right through it. Here's the other vent door that I was talking about earlier. Let's head on over to mid top. If you can tell already, this map's gimmick is that there's a lot of places where you can fall. There's this jump here, and then this spot where you have to catch the rope in order to get up. Something interesting, hold on, I should have put this in with the catwalk section, but oh well. This would be a good spot to shoot at the corners. If you're ever hiding on that rope and someone's coming this way, you can just start shooting them as they come closer. But actually in mid top now, there is this box right here that you will be able to shoot through. Next, we'll head to mid library. Here, there is a bookcase that we can shoot through, but on the other side, there are a bunch of boxes lined up. Now with an Odin, you are able to shoot through this side of it. So you can really be tucked here in the corner. If you're fighting against a vandal, they will not be able to shoot you. Let me show you. Even right up close, they won't be able to get to you, but you'll be able to get to them. So that might be something to keep in mind. Besides that, the rest of this is not safe though. It can all be shot through. Next, we're going to skip mid bend for just a second and we're going to head over to B lobby. There are 2 boxes here that you can wallbang. Next, we'll do B main. There's a glass box here. Really, you would just be able to shoot up on it a bit. This will be especially useful fighting someone like back here. You can do really deep angles on this. And now we're gonna go towards B nest, and this is where things get interesting. This entire wall can all be wall banged. Even here, all of this is able to be shot through. You've got a little piece of Ascent right here in Abyss. Now, something to note, this wall is thinner than this one. So while here, you might be able to get some angles. You can angle your shots just a little bit. You cannot do that with a Vandal in this one, like even a little bit. You basically have to be right on, only slightly off, in order to actually get your shots to go through. And it seems that even up here, yeah, it's just, you have to be directly on target. Now with an Odin, on the other hand, you are able to shoot through this at an angle. The spot I see this being most useful is if you're trying to get someone here at B danger. You are able to angle it a bit. You would be able to shoot someone trying to jump here, but I think this is still very situational. Now that we've covered B main and B nest, let's head back to mid bend. As this relates kind of to nest, both sides of this area have this wall that can be shot through, and that also relates to nest because that means from here you can shoot people on the stairs. It's kind of broken. Now that also means the nest people can shoot you, so just be aware of that. Next, B danger. There's nothing to wallbang here. It's just a spot to jump. This is the other spot on the map where you can jump. I don't know why I gave it its own little section. B side. Coming from attacker side, you'll notice that there are some boxes here on the right. You can shoot through these, but be aware that there are some thicker boxes here that can only be shot through with an Odin. And by shot through with an Odin, I mean very rarely able to be shot through with an Odin. As you can see, I did barely any damage. At some point, a bullet made it through, but it seems to be more finicky. I mean, you do have 100 bullets though, so just keep spamming. Yeah, you could kill someone with that. There's also this box here. You unfortunately can't shoot through an Odin on this longer part. It's just too long. Too much stuff, too much distance for the bullets to travel through. You can shoot through the rest of this though. There's also this bridge that leads to heaven on this area and eventually to B top. You can shoot through this. If you're hiding under here and someone walks over, they're kind of screwed. I mean, then again, if you know someone's hiding under here, you could also spam them. These things tend to be two-way. Next, we'll head towards B link. There's a glass box that can be shot here. And finally, B tower, where I did some testing, and even with an Odin, no, you cannot shoot through these pillars, unlike on A site, so that's unfortunate. Hey, keep in mind, you can shoot people here in nest though. And that'll just about do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Hopefully you found something useful. I honestly think that nest thing that I found is the most useful thing. Everything else you probably could have discovered on your own. If you would like to check out any of my other wallbanging videos, I've been doing this since episode 5. You can find things on Sunset or Lotus or Pearl. I'm so sad Pearl's not in. Unfortunate. But yeah, that'll just about do it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see y'all next time.